Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I've been raped, and I wanted to talk about some of the long term effects of your rape. If you're raped, it's certainly not over the next day. It's certainly not something that you can ignore. It took me 2 days of constant calling to get into the rape center. Now, in saying that, it's not a criticism of anyone that works at the uh, Women's Center of Jacksonville. We are a city of nearly 1,000,000 people. Let me say that again. We are a city combined with a county that's nearly 1,000,000 people. And in that large area that Duval County, Florida is, there's one nurse on duty. They have a nurse on duty 24 hours. But sometimes it's harder for people to make that midnight shift on the weekend, if you know what I'm saying, to work in any profession. So it took 2 days for me to be seen. Now, every rape, every person that's raped, every survivor is different. I felt like I had to do the rape kit to collect the evidence in case I got an opportunity to press charges later, to file a police report later, because those are the circumstances of my rape. Now, I'm not going to go into why that is, but trust me, I'm doing the best thing that I can do under the circumstances of my rape and my life. I've got 2 years from the time that the rape kit was completed to file a report. And also, if someone else files a report, then I can come in and be supportive with them. And they can establish a pattern of behavior by the rapist. I know some of you are saying right now, Myra, you need to file that police report. You need to save other women. It's not going to save other women for me to file a police report and then him be acquitted, or them not even go to trial with it. You have to understand, I'm an educated woman in this area. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And if you don't trust I know what I'm doing, then you don't have to listen to my videos. But I do know what I'm doing. And this is my rape, and this is my life. I appreciate so much those of you that sent thoughts and prayers and shared your own experiences. That's what this is about. Survivors coming together and sharing. As you can imagine, if you haven't been through it yourself, the rape kit, it's not all just the examination. It's talking about your health. It's talking about the experience of the rape. It's about telling the survivor about support in the community. And I do have counseling available to me. And there's counseling available for my families, and that can be in person or remote. But depending upon how you're raped and the circumstances of the rape, you may or may not need to take medications. Now, when you're raped, you don't know many times. Sometimes you do, because like I said, there are so many varieties of situations where women are raped. And sometimes you know the person intimately from the past, and you might know, or you may not know. You might think you know and you don't know if the person has sexually transmitted diseases. The way I was raped, I don't have any way to know whether my assailant is HIV positive or not, or has any variety of sexually transmitted diseases. Another thing is you don't know, or I don't know, in the case of the circumstances of my rape, whether or not the assailant used a condom. And so it's very unlikely at my age that I would get pregnant, but a lot of women that get raped could get pregnant. And it takes a while before you would be able to know that, before you could be tested, get a pregnancy test. Now, in the paperwork I received about this medication, it assured me that if I was pregnant, it wouldn't hurt the baby. I was giving an antibiotic to take, and through interview, they decided this was the best antibiotic for me to take. There's so many sexually transmitted diseases that they just go ahead and give you a broad-based antibiotic. This is metrazole, and I took all 4 of these tablets at once. When I got home, the interview and the actual exam were very difficult. I was very tired. Now they give you, this is 2 tablets of Ondansetron, and I'm familiar with this medication. It's an anti-nausea medication, because these 2 medications can make you very sick. So I haven't opened this. I need to look up because it just says on the instructions, take 2 tablets by mouth in a single dose for nausea or vomiting. I know that these pills you put them under your tongue, which makes sense with anti-nausea medication. This medication is also given to cancer patients going through chemotherapy, and people with digestive issues. So I don't know if these are chewable or not, but the instructions aren't clear on this, but anybody can look this up. Now, I don't know if the man that raped me or the men that raped me, because it could have been one more than one person. But I don't know if they were HIV positive or not. And so I'm taking this medication and this medication for HIV. And it's really important that you go to the doctor or go get a rape kit done and get these medications as soon as you can after you're raped. I had problems getting in, and I just barely made it under the line of 72 hours in starting these medications. I took these as soon as I got home, and then it took, let me see, 16 hours for me to get my next dose because the pharmacy was backed up too. Um, it's horrifying in itself that there are so many rapes that women are having problems getting uh, the medications in a timely manner and getting the rape kit done in a timely manner. Not the fault of the Women's Center here in Jacksonville. It is the fault of our state government for not funding a city of nearly 1 million people with more than one nurse to perform a rape kit at a time. In the spring, summer, early fall, when it's warmer here in Florida, there are more rapes. There are more rapes on the weekend. It's harder to staff people on the weekend. But if you don't have the funding to staff enough people to handle the volume you're having, women could die. I don't know if I have contracted HIV or not. I could have. When I went to the pharmacy, I got a 28-day supply of each of these medications. And this is another thing you'll need to know. Your entire body, your entire system, even if you haven't contracted any STD, even if you haven't become pregnant, if you take any other kind of medication, you're going to need to make sure how these medications affect those other medications. This is an antibiotic, so I'm going to have to take a probiotic, and then I'll probably get a yeast infection. So then I'll have to take yeast infection medication and apply creams and go through all of that. So the rape is just going to continue to affect my body and my health. I went to the pharmacy and got the other 28-day supply. It's over here. There's a joke back home where I used to live. It became more of a joke after I left because you know how things have gone downhill as far as medicine abuse. But this is the Boone County mating call. It's so awful. But I'm going to put a link below for all these medications and what they are and what they do, and some probably supplemental medications I'm going to need and what I'm in for, what my body's in for. I have multiple health conditions. Excuse me for a second. And all of this is going to affect those health conditions too. The interruption of your normal life. I was supposed to pick up some supplies. I was kind of chewed out by somebody for not being on time to pick up supplies. And do I say to the woman that's chewing me out, giving me a lecture about not being there on time, do I look at her and say, well, I would have been here on time, but I was raped? I just remained silent. I had to drive home, and I knew that sharing that with her might have been a good thing, might have given her perspective, might have gotten me sympathy from her. But I had to drive home, and I had to be more concerned with my safety. So when they say to you, don't be kind to everyone because you don't know what they're going through, you really don't know. Some people can be going through horrendous things like just being raped. You don't know. You really don't know. But I'm going to put a link below to the Women's Center here in Jacksonville. Absolutely, positively, go get a kit done. Collect the evidence, even if you're not in a situation where you can press charges, because when they do the rape kit, they counsel you, they tell you what's available, and they give you these invaluable medications. So, to protect you from getting STDs. And at least twice a year, and they haven't given me a timetable yet, but I think at least twice a year I'll have to be tested for HIV. And I have to be on the watch for signs of HPV, which even if my assailant or assailants used a condom or condoms, HPV can be transmitted by body sweat. So it doesn't have to be organ contact for you to get HPV. And there might be other sexually transmitted diseases like that. If you have knowledge that will help me in this situation, if you're a rape survivor yourself or you're a medical professional, I don't mind additional information. If I'm wrong about something, please let me know. I'm going to have a thick skin through this. A few people have basically ordered me to get a police report, file a police report. I know what's best in my situation. Every woman is different. Every rape is different. Every circumstance of every rape is different. And just because that's your general idea, or just even if you have been raped yourself and have experience with it, your rape is different from mine. So I need love, support, and compassion. I mean, I'll take any advice, but those of you that are telling me to file a police report right now, like, you must do this, it's going to fall on deaf ears. You continue to say that to me all you want, but you don't know what I'm going through, what my circumstances are, or the circumstances of my rape. So I will do what is best for me and my family under these circumstances. And yes, I do want justice. But like I said in my first video, I am going to have to leave justice up to God. Pray. Read my Bible. And hope. And I will pray for everyone that comes into this man or these men's lives. I think there are some other people that already know about what's going on. And my rape kit is also going to protect me from retaliation because my family has my reference number for my rape kit. It's going to be stored for 2 years. And I'm going to find out how I can get my rape kit opened if for some unfortunate circumstance I was to die or in a way not related to this, or if I'm murdered. It's kind of like a life insurance policy in my situation. And if you've been raped and you have a rape kit on file, I'm going to make another video about that. I don't know for certain yet if it's something that you need to put in a will or you need to have a loved one that's appointed to tell the detectives if you die under suspicious circumstances. There's a rape kit on file. Get a court order, open up that rape kit because there's a suspect. But I am a survivor. I'm going to get through this. It's going to affect my body, my mind, my spirit somewhat. But no matter what this man or these men did to me, they cannot touch my soul. They cannot touch the fact that I'm a child of God and I am loved. Women, stay strong. And I'm going to drop some links on this video for for help and about these medications. And you all have a wonderful and blessed day.